Pinson Mounds is located about 2.5 miles east of the town of Pinson, about 10 miles southeast of Jackson, and about 80 miles northeast of Collierville. The Pinson Mounds are located within 3 distinctive biotic zones: the oak forests atop the plateau, the cypress forests in the wet bottomlands, and the beech forest on the slopes between the uplands and the bottomlands. The Parks Museum is built with a replica of a platform mound. Its exhibits include artifacts obtained from the various excavations at the Pinyon site, as well as various other artifacts from around the region. The museum is also home to the West Tennessee Regional Archaeology Offices and an archaeological library. The employees are friendly and very helpful to answer your questions. Now, be sure to watch the 20-minute film inside here at the Visitor Center, as it's definitely worth seeing because it tells you a lot about the mounds and the area. If you love gift shops, maps, and trinkets, this place has got them. The complex, which includes 17 mounds, is thought to have been built around 1600 years ago. The complex is the largest group of middle woodland mounds in the United States. The Pinson site is thought to have been occupied by the woodland Indians for about 500 years, from roughly 50 AD to roughly 550 AD. It's thought that the mounds were used mostly as a ceremonial gathering place for woodland Indians around the region. Saul's Mound is at the center of the complex. The mound was named after John Sauls, the owner of the property before its purchase by the state. Saul's Mound is the second highest prehistoric mound in the United States at 72 feet high, and is believed to have been at that time the tallest man-made object in the land that we now call the United States. The Cahokia Mounds are the largest and are located near St. Louis, Missouri. Saul's Mound is rectangular in formation, with each corner aligned with one of the 4 cardinal directions. After the Chickasaw were forced from much of West Tennessee in 1818, land speculator Joel Pinson arrived in what is now Madison County to survey the area. Pinson discovered the complex, which was named after him in 1820. The complex did not receive much attention until a Jackson area journalist began writing about it in the late 19th century. The articles drew the interest of the Smithsonian Institution. In 1916, the Smithsonian dispatched the archaeologist William E. Meyer to investigate the site. Meyer suggested that the entire complex was built according to a master plan and created a map for the site. Now, this is the perfect place for kids to learn about Native American life here at Pinson Mounds. They can learn how mud painting was done way back then. You know, I tried it once when I was a kid, but my parents weren't too happy about it. I thought it was an artful touch to that white wall. So, what's underneath these mounds? Well, they've found storage pits, burials, cremations, tombs, possible habitations, artifacts such as copper adornments, exotic jewelry, pottery fragments, and of course, many arrowheads and spearheads. So, what's the purpose of the mounds? Well, No one knows for sure, but there's speculation that they were mostly for religious ceremonies or even possibly also for astronomical alignment. The Pinson Mounds are quite the mystery. However, evidence seems to indicate that, at first, Pinson was mainly a residential community where people lived. But as the years went by, it turned into more of a ceremonial and religious place, which people visited but didn't live permanently. It also appears that the area was on a major trade route. The park contains approximately 6 miles of beautiful, extremely well-kept walking trails, and you can also bring your bike. Most of which the trails explore the mounds and associated features. Now, south of Saul's Mound, a boardwalk looks out over the South Fork of the Forked Deer River and its wetlands.
Love that.
Pizza!
Fabulous.
Excuse me?
What?
You can smell it.
What?
Excuse me?
What?
I highly recommend visiting Pinson Mounds, especially during late October and early November when the trees explode with color. Well, regardless of the time of the year, make it a point to visit the Pinson Mounds here in beautiful, historical Tennessee.
Go, 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 go.
Silly 80.
What? Hey! Hey!
Hiya!
Fabulous.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
Leaving the park, we came across this amazing place out in the middle of nowhere, so I had to explore. Now, enjoy the walking tour with me as I tell you about some things you should know about Tennessee. So let's start with, why does Tennessee have 3 stars on the flag? Well, the 3 stars represent the 3 grand divisions of Tennessee: the West, the Middle, and East. And they are arranged in such a way that not one star has prominence over the other. The name Tennessee is derived from the name of a Cherokee village, Tennessee, which means meeting place. Hey, that'd be a great name for a coffee shop, Tennessee. In 1971, the raccoon was adopted as Tennessee's official wild animal, and the state bird is the northern mockingbird, and the state butterfly is the zebra swallowtail. And drum roll, please, the most common job in Tennessee is truck driving. Hats off to y'all, because without y'all, not much would happen. Tennessee's official state gem is the freshwater pearl. It's grown at the only freshwater pearl culturing farm on the North American continent. Yep, you can find them in western Tennessee at the Camden Pearl Farm at Birdsong Creek. Tennessee has had several nicknames, but the most popular is the Volunteer State. The nickname originated during the War of 1812 when thousands of Tennesseans enlisted in response to Governor Willie Blount's call for volunteers. And let's not forget those brave 32 Tennesseans who helped us Texians at the Alamo. You know, like the more well-known legends Davy Crockett and Jim Bowie. More than 1,000 battles were fought in Tennessee, second only to the state of Virginia throughout the entire war. More than 100,000 Confederate soldiers signed up for the state, and more than 50,000 Union soldiers, more than any other Confederate state. Now, from 1861 to 1865, approximately 2,900 military engagements were fought on Tennessee soil. Only the state of Virginia saw more armed conflicts during the Civil War. Well, I hope you all enjoyed our little venture around this amazing little place out in the middle of nowhere. Folks, when you see things like this, stop. Get out, walk around, greet the people, find out who the owners are. In this case, nobody was out there. I was hoping somebody would come out from one of the houses around here, but nope. Hey, y'all. Hey, this looks a lot like my dorm room back in my college days in Kansas. So they must be very congenial with strangers just walking on the property. But it was wonderful. I just encourage you to stop along your back roads adventures to find these wonderful little places out in the middle of nowhere. So, until next time, thank y'all for taking a tour with me. Bye-bye.
Oh no!
Really? Excuse me! Excuse me!
Love that.
For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robbie.
Oh, by the way, why is Tennessee called the Volunteer State? Well, the name came from so many soldiers volunteering for the War of 1812. Okay, so what food is Tennessee famous for? Well, sweet tea. Hey, you know, no Southern meal is complete without a glass of sweet tea. RC Cola and moon pie. Well, first invented at Chattanooga Bakery. Moon pies are a Tennessee tradition, as is country ham. The country ham is arguably Tennessee's most famous delicacy. And there's fried catfish, stack cake, tomatoes, Memphis ribs, Jack Daniels. Oh, and cotton candy was invented in Nashville, Tennessee. And the Dempster Dumpster was invented in Knoxville, Tennessee. And the atomic bomb was partially invented in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Ah, here's a good one. Miniature golf was invented in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And, of course, Mountain Dew was invented in Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, and the touchscreen monitor, well, that was invented in Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.